and welcome to New Play Day on Shakesyear. We are starting in on Titus Andronicus today, which Titus Andronicus is known as one of Shakespeare's gorier plays, if not his goriest play, and it deals with a lot of, well, there's a lot of things that I should just sort of put a blanket trigger warning on here now. There's going to be a lot of uncomfortable stuff that we have to cover. It's, yeah, this one has a lot. So be forewarned, if you are of weaker stomach, plan your meals at the appropriate time so that, they don't come back up after you happen to watch one of these episodes. And in advance, if anybody does get sick from watching one of these, I'm so sorry. But I'm gonna do the whole canon, so we gotta do Titus Andronicus. And I do have to say, this is, in a weird way, in the same way that people like watching, stupid horror movies from the 90s, this is kind of a fun play to watch just because it gets so bonkers with how out of control violent it becomes. It just, it's one of those things that you just kind of can't look away. So I went to see the Julie Taymor production that starred Anthony Hopkins as Titus Andronicus, and I will say that one of the most devastatingly violent things that happens in this play, there is a hauntingly beautiful image of it in that film that I can still see it in my mind's eye when I think about it. It's so disturbing, but so beautiful at the same time. And if you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'll mention it when we get to that point in the plot. I believe it's in Act 2. So anyway, all of that is coming up. But nobody's getting real gory just yet. We're just starting off with Act 1, Scene 1, because that's where plays usually start. And we are in Rome. The play takes place in Rome. And the emperor of Rome has just recently died, and his two sons, Saturnius and Basanius, are trying to drum up support to become the next emperor. Saturnius is the older of the two brothers, so he's like, I'm the older of the two brothers, therefore I should become emperor. And Basanius is like, yeah, but I'd be the better leader, so I should become emperor. And they both have these like throngs of people behind them that they're talking to. So imagine almost two sides of a battlefield, but like going to the polls, sort of. So to like vote for the new emperor. So they each have a little tidbit that they say to their following. But then Marcus Andronicus, who we get to hear from today, Marcus Andronicus is a brother to Titus Andronicus. He stops them both by saying, princes that strive by factions and by friends ambitiously for rule and empery, know that the people of Rome, for whom we stand, a special party, have by common voice in election for the Roman empery chosen Andronicus, surnamed Pius, for many good and great deserts to Rome. A nobler man, a braver warrior, lives not this day within the city walls. He, by the Senate, is a cited home from weary wars against the barbarous Goths, that with his sons, a terror to our foes, hath yoked a nation strong, trained up in arms. 10 years are spent since first he undertook this cause of Rome, and chastised with arms our enemy's pride. 5 times he hath returned bleeding to Rome, bearing his valiant sons in coffins from the field. And now at last, laden with honor's spoils, returns the good Andronicus to Rome, renowned Titus, flourishing in arms. Let us entreat, by honor of his name, whom, worthily, you would have now succeed. And in the Capitol and Senate's right, whom you pretend to honor and adore, that you withdraw you and abate your strength, dismiss your followers, and as suitors should, plead your deserts in peace and humbleness. So part of this is like a peacekeeping thing, and part of it is exposition, because we need to know who people are and where we are and what's going on. So at the same time that Saturnius and Pausanias are rallying the people behind them to get votes to become the next emperor, I guess, a lot of the people have already decided that they want Titus Andronicus to become the next emperor because he's an amazing soldier. He's been fighting this 10-year war against the Goths. He's lost at least 5 of his sons in said war, but he's helping Rome win against the Goths. So for his military service and his leadership, Marcus Andronicus is like, you need to settle down, tell your throngs of people to go away, and we'll all go in and talk to the Senate about this peacefully, the way that we should. This shouldn't be an attack on the Senate House. There should be a discussion that happens amongst us. So Saturnius and Pausanias are both thinking, yeah, okay, fine, okay, you all can go home. I'm going to go in and talk to the Senate. Okay, you all can go home. I'm going to go in and talk to the Senate. And they start going into the Senate, and then a messenger arrives and says, Titus is here! And there's a great big flourish and trumpets and a parade coming in and all that sort of thing, and we get to meet Titus tomorrow with his monologue to the people as he enters Rome. So I will see you then for that. Mwah.